Our last presentation today is another situation where we're honoring the life and legacy of a young lady and her family that were thrust into the national spotlight here recently from a very, very tough situation in Athens, Georgia. Secretary, read the caption, please.
Senate Resolution 756 by Senator Moore of the 53rd and others. A resolution honoring the life and memory of Laken Hope Riley and for other purposes. Whereas the state of Georgia mourns the loss of one of its most distinguished citizens with the passing of Laken Hope Riley on February 22nd, 2024. And whereas Laken Hope Riley was born on January 10th, 2002 in Marietta, Georgia, a beloved daughter of William Jason Riley and Allison Phillips. And whereas with a deep passion for caring for others, she attended the University of Georgia, where she was a beloved member of the Alpha Chi O sorority, and later began a nursing program at the Augusta Medical College's Athens campus. And whereas a young woman of enduring and abiding faith, Laken Hope Riley served the Lord as part of Woodstock City Church and Watkinsville First Baptist Church, dedicating innumerable hours of her time and energy to aiding her community and participating in mission trips. And whereas she gave inspiration to many through her high ideals, morals, and deep concern for her fellow citizens, and whereas she was a person of magnanimous strengths with an unimpeachable reputation for integrity, intelligence, fairness, and kindness, and by the example she made of her life, she made this world a better place in which to live. And whereas a compassionate and generous young woman, Laken Hope Riley will long be remembered for her love of family, friendship, and community, and will be missed by all who had the great fortune of knowing her. Now therefore be it resolved by the Senate that the members of this body join in honoring the life and memory of Laken Hope Riley and express their deepest and most sincere regret at her passing. That completes the order, Mr. President.
As I said, we're joined today by the father of Laken and a stepmother and two step siblings here, Kaylee and Jackson. This family's been thrust into the national spotlight, and it is a tragic situation. I appreciate all the members of the body standing, because I like us, before we introduce the senator from the 53rd to speak to the resolution, I like that we take a moment and have a moment of silence here for the family. Amen. Thank you. Is there objection to the adoption of the resolution? Chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. I recognize the senator from the 53rd to speak to the resolution and introduce the family. Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor to recognize and present this resolution to a beloved Georgian, a young woman whose legacy shall be felt for generations, a young woman whose virtue was caring for others. She proved it her entire life. She wanted to be a nurse at a young age, and she pursued that even in high school, excelling to the top of her class. When she became a bulldog, excelling to the top of her class in all forms of curriculum, and when she attended Augusta University there in Athens. You see, Laken belongs to the Riley family, but she could have belonged to any of our families, for she is a Georgian like all of us. I'm honored to stand at the rostrum with her father, Jason Riley, her stepmother, Amanda Riley, and Jackson and Kaylee Riley. Jackson, he told me earlier today he wants to be in law enforcement. And I said, well, if you're going to be in law enforcement, go for the best. Go be a state trooper. And he saw many state troopers today. Kaylee, she loves basketball. And I hope that she makes it to that Stegman Coliseum one day. You see, Laken Riley's legacy will live on. But may the Senate recognize that her life was ended by an evil that we will never recognize. And I pray that we never see. I pray that this Senate separate personalities and that we can come together and that we can pass legislation that is necessary and proper, that we don't have a situation like Laken Riley in the near future, in our lifetime, or in Georgia's generations to come. Senators, I'd like to introduce you to Jason Riley, Laken Hope Riley's father.
Thank you, Senator Moore, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones. Good morning, senators and citizens. I stand before you a heartbroken man. Part of my purpose has been taken. God gave me a beautiful daughter to father, protect, provide for, and nurture. A man with an evil heart stole her life. He was in this country and in this state illegally. My vision for every senator in this chamber is that you protect citizens from this illegal invasion. Please recognize over 1 million illegal aliens are in this state and making families nervous. Please recognize Athens Clarke is a sanctuary city, and this policy and the lack of action led to the murder of my daughter. There are a few of you in this chamber that are standing up and working on a solution to protect us. For that, my family is thankful. Laken is thankful. Governor Kemp, please declare an invasion to detain and deport criminal illegals so we can prevent future families from those tragedies. Hundreds of women and children each month that are being smuggled, coerced, and trafficked in our state. They are victims just like Laken. I thank you for honoring Laken in this way, and I humbly ask you to do more to protect us. She and my family mean the world to me. I'd like to also recognize Senator Colton Moore and Michael Gargiulo, are great men fighting for freedom and security in our state. They were there for our family throughout this process. I thank them and each of you for this opportunity to hear from our family and to hear our cry for help so we can protect others, as Laken would have wanted. God be with our state and each of you. Thank you.